This message you're about to hear or read didn't come to you by chance. Perhaps for some time now, you've been feeling a certain loneliness in your heart. Perhaps someone who meant a lot to you has moved away without a clear explanation, leaving behind a heavy silence and a void that seems impossible to fill. You're probably wondering why this person, once close to you, now seems confused, lost between their feelings and doubts. It's natural to feel helpless in the face of this incomprehension, as if things remain unresolved with no way out. You may have tried to understand, analyze, and seek answers, but everything remains unclear, and this uncertainty can become a source of silent suffering. Yet, in the midst of this inner chaos, Allah has chosen to convey to you an essential message, a spiritual enlightenment that your heart absolutely must receive. Allah tells you today that someone loves you deeply, but this love is troubled, clouded by confusion, fears, or past hurts. This is not ordinary love, but a sincere love, a divine bond waiting for its time to fully reveal itself. This person is lost between what they feel and what they dare to express, which creates this silence that causes you so much pain. This message is here to reassure you, to make you understand that behind this fog of doubt, there is a divine truth. You are loved, and this feeling is stronger than you imagine. But before this relationship takes shape, Allah has His reasons and His perfect timing, often misunderstood by our human hearts. Accept this word with patience and faith. What you are experiencing now is not an end, but a beginning. Allah guides hearts even when they seem to wander in darkness. He wants you to be ready to receive this light, to understand what is truly happening in the heart of the one who loves you, even if he or she remains confused for the moment. When Allah allows love, but hides intentions. Sometimes, Allah places a deep, sincere, and pure love in a person's heart, but simultaneously veils its intentions. This veil is divine wisdom, a subtle test that only those whose hearts are guided by Allah can fully understand. This love is not a mere human whim, nor a fleeting passion. It is a spiritual bond that seeks to mature, to rise above mere emotions. Imagine a heart that burns with affection for you, but is also filled with doubts, fears, and unhealed wounds. This person may love you intensely, but their soul hesitates, wavers, and is confused about what to do. Perhaps the past has left invisible scars, betrayals, failures, or suffering that prevent them from moving forward with peace of mind. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, does not want this love to be rushed before hearts are ready for a genuine and balanced relationship. Hiding intention sometimes protects a person from hasty decisions that could cause more harm than good. It is a way to preserve one's soul, to invite patience, reflection, and purification. Love, when it is pure, requires spiritual maturity. Allah tests the depth of this bond by maintaining this veil, so that love is not just a passing desire, but a light that illuminates the paths of two souls. There is also a parallel between our often confused human feelings and perfect divine wisdom. Where we see hesitation and silence, Allah sees a process of inner transformation. Where we perceive a hidden and painful love, He prepares a sincere union, based on faith, trust, and serenity. So this veil placed over intentions is not a curse but a blessing in disguise. It is a sign that Allah is shaping the destiny of this person and yours, that He's preparing your meeting by first purifying your hearts, so that when love is fully revealed, it will be strong, lasting, and illuminated by His guidance. The loving but hesitant heart. A confusion from Allah? In the deep silence of the soul, a heart can sometimes be torn between ardent love and intense inner confusion. This ambivalence, often misunderstood, is nevertheless a test that Allah places on the path of certain hearts to purify them. Imagine this person who loves you sincerely, but who remains stuck in constant hesitation, like a butterfly that flutters around a light without ever landing. This heart that loves you, despite the strength of its feeling, doubts its own ability to move forward. It prays, it asks Allah for guidance and clarity, but the mind remains troubled, overwhelmed by questions. Am I ready? Is this the right path? Will I succeed in protecting this love? These prayers are not in vain, because they mark a deep inner dialogue where the soul seeks to rise above its fears. Confusion often manifests itself in a paradoxical distancing. This person wants to be close to you, but withdraws, not out of disinterest, but because their heart and mind are in a struggle. This apparent withdrawal is a protection their soul is giving itself, a time to heal its wounds, to reflect on their real intentions, and to avoid hurting you with a hasty decision. Allah uses this period of confusion as a means of elevating the soul, both yours and His. It is a time of trial, certainly, but also a time of purification. Through this hesitation, Allah pushes each heart to detach itself from superficial desires and to seek a deeper, more spiritual love. It is not a surrender, but a prelude to a love that must be solid, balanced, and founded on faith. So love is indeed present, but it has not yet reached its divine form, the one that unites two souls in peace, trust, and submission to the will of Allah. This confusion is a sign that love is growing, but that it still needs time to mature, to free itself from the doubts and fears that hinder it. Patience, then. For what Allah hides in this hesitation is often the most beautiful thing He has in store for you. A love that surpasses human limits. A love that will be a source of blessing and serenity in your lives. Signs that someone loves you silently, by Allah's will. Sometimes Allah sends us subtle signs to let us know that someone cares deeply for us, even if they don't express it openly. These signs can manifest in different ways, often through spiritual impressions or mysterious events that go beyond mere chance. You may feel sudden thoughts, images, or memories recurring in your heart, like a silent echo of an invisible connection. Sometimes these signs come in the form of dreams, where that person appears in a clear or symbolic way, showing you that they are thinking about you even in their sleep. The coincidences that multiply around you, unexpected encounters, indirect conversations, or simple feelings, are all messages that Allah uses to remind you of this unique connection. But why hasn't this person acted yet? There are several reasons for this silence. Human pride can hold someone back because confessing one's feelings requires great humility and courage. Sometimes, destiny is still being formed, and Allah delays this meeting so that the conditions are perfect, the heart is ready, and the trials have passed. It can also be a necessary spiritual healing. This person must first find themselves, heal their inner wounds before being able to love fully and sincerely. Within this silence lies a very strong emotional sensitivity. This person feels a lot, but doesn't show it, often out of fear of rejection or respect for your space. What they keep to themselves is a deep love, a discreet but sincere attachment, which manifests itself in their thoughts, their prayers, and in that spiritual connection that only faith can truly understand. Allah, in His wisdom, guides these souls and sends you these signs so that you do not give up hope, so that you understand that even if the expression is not yet there, love does indeed exist, and that it grows in silence, ready to reveal itself at the right time. Why is Allah waiting before bringing you together? Allah's time is never our time. And this is the divine wisdom we must learn to accept. When two hearts are destined to meet, it is natural to want it to happen quickly, especially when the love is deep and sincere. Yet, Allah knows better than we do the perfect time to unite these souls. And sometimes, He chooses to delay this meeting for reasons that only hearts filled with faith can understand. Waiting is not rejection or forgetting. It is a sacred time of preparation. Allah uses this time to heal the invisible wounds each of us carries within. Past wounds, accumulated pain, regrets, or fears that might otherwise hinder love. These scars must be healed with patience and humility, for they affect the very quality of the relationship to come. A rushed love, without this inner work, risks being fragile, based on fleeting desires, rather than a true spiritual connection. Allah sometimes delays the reunion to prevent hearts from being drawn into errors, misunderstandings, or unnecessary suffering. This time of testing purifies intentions, clarifies goals, and refines feelings. This divine delay is also a way to strengthen your faith and patience. By waiting with confidence, you demonstrate that you place your destiny in Allah's hands, that you accept His wisdom even when it seems difficult to understand. This attitude opens the door to blessings greater than you could have imagined. For the love that comes after such preparation is stronger, purer, and truly blessed. So, this time of waiting is a test, but also a gift. A gift that allows each of us to grow mature and draw closer to Allah. When the time comes, this union will be a source of peace, happiness, and light, for it will have been prepared by divine wisdom and mercy. What if you were the answer to her dua, but she doesn't know it yet? There are times in life when someone prays fervently, hands raised, eyes filled with hope, asking Allah to send them a sincere, stable, kind person, capable of loving with depth and faith. And without them knowing it, this prayer has already been answered, you. But here is the spiritual paradox. Sometimes, Allah grants a dua without the person who made it immediately recognizing the answer. They may meet your gaze, feel an attraction, perceive something unique, but without being able to clearly identify that it's you that his soul has invoked. Why? Because the mind is still troubled, because past wounds blur inner vision, because ego, doubt, or the need for control obstruct the recognition of divine guidance. This person struggles, sometimes without even realizing it. In their hearts, they feel a real attraction, a deep respect, a spiritual resonance. But in their minds, fears arise. Do I really deserve this? What if I'm wrong again? What if it's too good to be true? This gap between what she feels and what she accepts is a test in itself. An inner struggle where Allah silently observes the way in which her heart evolves. You may be the person she described in her prayers, in her lonely nights filled with sincere du'as. And yet, she hesitates. She holds back. She doubts. This is not rejection, nor a lack of love. It is a spiritual test, a test of faith. Allah is showing her the light, but He wants her to have the courage to approach it despite her fear. He wants her to overcome her wounds, her human reasoning, to take a step with her heart. And you, for your part, may feel a form of injustice or abandonment. But understand this: if Allah has placed you on His path as an answer, it is not for nothing. It is not you who are not recognized. It is His gaze that is still veiled. And Allah can lift this veil when you least expect it. How can you prepare for this meeting, Allah willing? When Allah prepares a meeting between two souls, He does not just align the external paths. He first works on the interior, the heart, the intention, the faith. And if that person is still confused, uncertain, or held back by invisible chains, then you are not passively waiting. You are invited to actively prepare yourself, spiritually, internally. The first step is the sincere prayer. Not just to ask that person to come to you, but so that yourself you are ready to welcome him properly. Because sometimes Allah delays a union not because the other is not ready, but because yourself. You still have to learn, to heal, to grow. In your prayers, ask for more than the person. Ask for wisdom, stability of heart, inner peace. Ask Allah to purify you of anything that could sabotage this love. Then enter a period of introspection. Ask yourself the real questions. Am I attached to this person or to my idea of love? Does my need come from a lack or a real spiritual alignment? It is in these inner silences that you will discover what you still need to put down, abandon or heal before the door opens. Purify your heart. Remove grudges, jealousy and negative thoughts. Replace them with gratitude, trust in Allah and peace of heart. For blessed love does not enter a troubled heart. It is in inner calm that blessings descend. Even if you are hurt by the other's silence, do not let anger or frustration overwhelm you. These are poisons that Shaitan uses to divert souls who are about to receive great good. Do not force Allah's hand. Don't try to bring about the encounter through your own human means. True tawakkul is to do what you can. Pray, purify yourself, be sincere, and leave the rest in the hands of Al-Rahman. If he or she is for you, nothing can keep him or her away. And if he or she is not for you, nothing can bring him or her closer in the long term. Finally, focus on your relationship with Allah first. He is the center, not the other. True love is not two people seeking each other, but two souls walking towards Allah and meeting on the way. A heart that sincerely loves Allah itself becomes a magnet for blessings. Prepare yourself, therefore, not for the love of a person, but for the love of the one who unites you to them. An inspired final message: you are loved, even in silence. Know one essential thing: you are loved, deeply loved, even if sometimes everything seems silent around you. Even if this person you are waiting for seems lost, absent or confused, never doubt this intimate truth that Allah whispers to your soul. Your existence, your value, your essence are precious in His eyes. And this silence is only the calm before the light. Perhaps right now, Allah is gently working on this person's heart. He is shaping their thoughts, purifying their feelings, and preparing their soul to welcome you as it should. It is no accident that you feel this emptiness or this expectation. It is a sign that something beautiful is brewing, a hidden blessing that is revealing itself in its own time. Never let doubt invade you. If Allah has placed your name, your image, or your memory in someone's heart, it is for a divine, precise, and perfect reason. The bond is not lost. It does not disappear in silence. It grows, it matures, it strengthens, often away from human gaze, in the secrecy of hearts. So, keep your faith. Your worth does not depend on immediate recognition, but on eternal and sincere love, enshrined in Allah's decree. This period of waiting is a gift in disguise, an invitation to strengthen your faith, cultivate patience, and open your heart to peace. You are loved, even in silence, even in absence. This divine bond remains alive. Prepare yourself, because soon, at Allah's will, this silence will transform into a sweet testimony of love, illuminated by His infinite wisdom.